Let's talk about this now with Megyn Kelly of Fox News. Welcome back.
Thank you.
To GMA. So he's got these new questions about taxes. He's not going to release his tax returns. These questions about women as well. I was watching Reince Priebus yesterday on This Week and other shows saying, listen, he's got to answer some of these questions, but it's not going to matter because he's a different kind of candidate. Is that what you're sensing from your viewers?
I don't know about that. You know, I think that the Republican women have warmed a little to Trump, although his unfavorables, even with Republican women, are still high, unusually high. And, you know, Romney lost to Obama by 11 points with women. So the Republican candidate is going to need to do better than Mitt Romney did, although Trump is doing very well with white men. So query whether he could make up the difference. I mean, I think that what the campaign is saying is that women don't vote based on women's issues. And I think with the Republican women, that's true. They don't vote based on abortion or birth control or one of these other traditional issues that some Democrats try to tout. The question remains to be seen whether they will vote or it will impact their vote to have a candidate who speaks in the way that Trump does and has for most of his lifetime about women.
Especially if you see tens of millions of advertising. The Democrats are going to start advertising against Trump on Wednesday. We're now learning, especially on this issue.
And he says, you know, his defense is, look, I said a lot of that stuff while I was an entertainer. It was while I was doing Celebrity Apprentice or, you know, a Playboy around Manhattan. But of course, the truth is he said a lot of those comments in the past year. So
many to you.
I've been on the receiving end of a few.
And so tell us about this. And you've got this interview coming up tomorrow night on the Fox Broadcast Network. Trump famously feuding with you for several months. So how did you guys get together?
So I had been looking for an opportunity with him to make that stop. You know, as you know, as a journalist, you don't want to be the story. You want to cover the story. And in April, there was a lull in the tweet storm. And I seized on the opportunity. You know, I had been looking for months for just the right window to go in there, but every time I thought I was there, he'd start up again, whether it was boycotting the second Fox News debate or, you know, calling me crazy and sick after the third debate. You know, it was just always something. So there was a lull, and I reached out to him, and he agreed to take the meeting, just the two of us at Trump Tower, which was at my request, including the two of us, and he agreed to that, too.
And after that, an interview did come about. We're going to see a lot of it tomorrow night on the Fox Broadcast Network. Let's take a look at one exchange you had on the subject of bullying.
Most kids between the ages of 6 and 16 have been bullied at some point in their lives. Were you ever bullied?
No, I wasn't. But I have seen bullying, and bullying doesn't have to just be as a child. I mean, I know people are bullied when they're 55 years old.
It can happen when you're 45.
It's you know, it happens, right? But you got to get over it. Fight back, do whatever you have to do. I've been saying during this whole campaign that I'm a counterpuncher. You understand that. I'm responding. Now, I then respond times maybe 10. I don't know. I mean, I respond pretty strongly. But in just about all cases, I've been responding to what they did to me.
Okay, kind of a mellow Donald Trump right there. Are we going to see a different side of him?
I think so. I think you will see him as you haven't seen him before. And I'll tell you, it was fascinating doing the interview because that was the first time that we ever discussed what happened between us. We didn't discuss that in his office. So this is the first time it happens on camera. And there are some tense moments, George. You know, there were some, I think, honest moments and contentious moments. I would say overall the tone was cordial, but there'll be some moments where people are feeling a little uncomfortable.
We will watch for it tomorrow night. Megyn Kelly, thanks for joining us.
Great to see you.
Robin?
All right there, George.